Understood. Um, I guess I asked because the Australian PM said free democracy without saying China. But I guess the second area is Afghanistan, where we had this drone strike, and we now know that this was an aid worker. How did this happen? What does this tell us about our intelligence in Afghanistan? And what are the procedures for accountability going forward?
Well, I know last Friday, the Defense Department did an extensive briefing on this and put out an extensive statement where they conveyed clearly that this was a horrible mistake, that this was a tragedy, as is the loss of civilian life in any occasion, and certainly in this case. There's also been they also announced that they would look back at the CENTCOM review that they announced last week. So that is a process that would be ongoing and undergone at the Department of Defense. I would note, and I'm not sure if this was exactly your question, but some have asked about what it means for our over-the-horizon capabilities and capacities, and I don't know if that's what you were getting at. As we look to Afghanistan, as we look to preventing terrorists from threatening our partners or even threatening our homeland. One, of course, we watch that closely from our intelligence community. They do regular briefings, as you've seen on the Hill. But also, over-the-horizon capacity is not the same as steps that were taken, as it was in the case of this drone strike or the strike before it, where our troops are threatened on the ground and where immediate action needs to be taken in order to prevent or attempt to prevent their lives from being threatened. Obviously, this was a horrific mistake. Over the horizon capacity, you have more time to consider, to look at targets, to consider intelligence, and that's the difference in how we would approach it moving forward. But there would be a look at the CENTCOM review, and that's something that would come out of the Department of Defense. I just want to jump around because I promised I would. Okay, let's go to Al Jazeera.